videos, we're officially starting now. So if you decided to join us for these weekly interactive video learning, welcome. If it's your first time, then
welcome to VIP
yes, we make these videos especially for you. You are the VIP group and nobody else will be from the studio will be receiving these videos. If it's your first time, then I'm going to explain the instructions a little bit. So right now, as you're watching this video, follow along everything that we're doing. Listen to everything that we're doing and do your best throughout the entire video that we have sent you. Once you have watched it, then you can record 3 or 4 exercises that we have sent you, including the final routine at the end of the video. And then you will send those videos to us, and we will give you detailed commentary and constructive criticism of what you did well and how to improve on the exercises that you have sent us.
Yeah, don't forget to imagine as if you're on a real group lesson or private lesson, and all the time during the video do not relax. So we would suggest probably to approach it this way. So you watch the video first time, you participate in everything that's going on in the video, and after that you can record yourselves doing the exercises basically second time. Don't film yourself right away during the first time you watch the video. At first, try to concentrate on what we are explaining and do it in the music together with us, okay? And after you watch through the whole group, after that record yourself. We think that it would be more effective for you.
In terms of the timeline, you can send us the video recordings throughout the week. They don't have to be the day right after we send you the video. You can send them up until 6 days, up until you get the next video.
I would say send us please on Friday, probably latest, because on Saturday, Sunday we would be able to see what you have done and comment. Because if you send us the video in the evening on Sunday and on Monday we record the new one, then we probably wouldn't be able to comment on that videos because it's going to be too late and we are already will be going further on.
I'd say the main thing while you're watching these videos, don't give yourself excuses. So yes, you are at home. It's not a working environment usually at home, but that's why we're making these videos for you. We make them tailored to the situation that you're in right now. We understand that you have a limited time, space, not time. You have a limited space in your houses or wherever you live, and we're trying to make the video specifically for that. So excuses like, I don't have enough space, or I don't have enough time, or nobody can record me, those are excuses. If you want to do this, then you will find a way. And just do your maximum throughout the entire video. We will be switching who's going to be doing the explanation and the dancing, and you follow along, both of us, not one of us.
Okay, so we can start now with the group, and I will be explaining today. The theme is Jive. You see, we have recorded 3 videos before, which were trial, and it was Samba, Cha-Cha and Rumba. You all have these videos, but now you can go through them again if you want second time, but now today we do Jive, and definitely next time we are either we'll go back to Samba, Cha-Cha, Rumba, or maybe we can take something from Paso for the next time. Okay.
Yeah, so let's get started. Carl's starting with the first exercise.
Yeah, so before we start moving in Jive, doing any exercises in Jive, one of the most important things that you have to think about, and also in all other dances, is, of course, posture. So remember we said that now when you're listening to the explanation, you should be standing with your stomach in, long back, shoulders down. What else was there? Stomach in.
It's been a long day.
Stomach in, shoulders down, long neck, long back. Yeah, basically that's it. So you listen to us in this position. And you see, we were saying in previous videos that you have to keep your posture all the time when you dance, when you do any movement. But in Jive, it's specific posture. So I have to say that in Samba and Jive, in these two dances, our body, upper body, should be a little bit more forward than in other dances like Rumba, Cha-Cha and Paso. Paso is completely different. So what about Jive? In Jive, you see, your upper body has to be quite a lot in front, over your feet. So you see, my upper body here, the chest, is over my feet right now. And in this condition, I have to dance my Jive all the time. Everything I do, I have to maintain. I can't dance the Jive in this way. All the rocks, all the kicks, everything we are going to discuss today should be in this position. How we can find it? We can find this position, I usually suggest this option. So you can get into the squat. So you're getting into the squat here. And now simply naturally rise up. Whoop. And you see, I rose up and my body is in front. Why? Because obviously, try again now. You go down, and if you would definitely not try to get up this way with your body straight. So don't worry, you go down. Definitely don't curve your back this way. Keep your back long and straight, but keep your body more forward, naturally, how you want. And then you go up, whoop, and basically this is your position. Don't be scared if you feel a little bit too much forward. That's all right. Right now it's all right because you're practicing that, and anyway, when you start dancing, you will have a desire to be more straight. So right now, purposefully, even try to a little bit move like that. So you have this posture right now, yeah, body, upper body in front, and just try to move this way a little bit around your room, yeah, the space you have. Just a little bit move. Stomach in, of course, very tightly closed. And just a little bit move. It's not any special steps, we just move and try to maintain our bodies in the position. Yeah. Okay, and by the way, we forgot to say, you have to warm up yourself before watching the video, because we are not spending time for doing this simple warm-up exercises, yeah? All of this, shoulders, you have to do everything, all of that before you watch the video, because during the video we want to concentrate more on technical stuff. Okay, now just one more time. Sit down, body in front, supported, and whoop, rise up and feel. Now try to remember that feeling you have, because when you watch, when we follow on this video, you need to have this feeling in all the other movements. So okay, also to get a little bit more into Jive, let's jump a little bit right now. And you see, you have to be very connected in your body generally in Jive, especially because Jive, I think it's the fastest dance, right? Yeah, the fastest dance, the most beats per minute are in Jive. Very fast dance. So anything you do, any chasse, any movement in Jive you do, you should be very connected in your body. That's why to get this feeling now, we're gonna be jumping right away in normal tempo of Jive. So you will definitely be able to do it if you are now warmed up and your body is connected. It's not gonna be hard. So yeah, Diana, please switch on the music, and we're gonna do it this way. So about, tell me please when it's half a minute. So half a minute we're gonna jump on both legs, then maybe we can try on one leg, on the other leg. You know, this way you can just look at me and repeat. Okay, let's go. 5, 6, 7. jump together with me. Okay. Very good. That's quite intense for the beginning, but I think it will get you into the jive. Okay, now we move on with the next exercise.
Okay, so that was an exercise. This following one is also an exercise to get your body more into the feeling of jive. Basically, we're going to be training our legs with the posture that Carl talked about, with steps in place. They're kind of groovy steps in place. And later on in this video, we're going to talk about swing, but right now I'm not going to talk about swing. So you start on one leg, and we're going to be transferring our weight from one foot to the other. Transfer your weight from one foot to the other. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. You can put your hands on your hips, and a 7, and a 8. You can take them out, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and a 8. So now you had a chance to just practice that a little bit. I'm going to go more into detail about what I'm looking for. First of all, as I step on to the leg, I want to step with the inside part of the foot, okay? And it's bent, while keeping the posture that Carl was talking about in the beginning, long spine, body weight forward. That is extremely important in jive. And when I make the step, I go with the inside part of the foot. So for the girls especially, it's important to cross those legs to make sure they're super, super close and very much on the inside part of the legs. For the boys, you don't have to concentrate on that so much. It can just be more straightforward, doesn't have to be so crossed over. So I've made the step, I almost strike the ground with my inside part of the foot, and now when I transfer my weight, I'm slowly going to straighten that leg. And now I do the same, and 1, I strike the floor, I push, and I straighten the leg, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. So it's almost like a strike and melt, and a strike and melt, okay? Throughout this exercise specifically, you want to keep your legs together. So for this one, our feet are in the place. We don't move them apart. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. See, I'm keeping my center, and 7, 8. My legs are super close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's also worth mentioning right now that while I'm doing it slow, I eventually get to my full foot. So I start with the inside part of the foot, and then I really push starting from the ball of the foot, I really push that entire foot into the floor. And 1, and 2, and really pushing on the floor, like you're walking in a tub of, I don't know, honey or something. And it's hard to really get through it. Ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta. So that was in the place, okay? Now we're going to move on to the exercise associated with this one. And I'm going to move my feet apart a little bit. So not all of jive, I'm like this. Obviously, I do have steps, right? So how would we do that? I'm actually going to make a tiny step about the size of my shoulders, and same thing. I strike and I melt. I strike and I melt, making sure I'm transferring the weight every time. And 1, and 2, inside part of the legs. 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3. Keep posture. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here the most important thing I would say, 2 things. The posture, the specific jive posture that we have with the body weight forward and our belly button tucked in, yes? And the second thing is the inside part of the legs and the feet, making sure you're going on the inside part of the feet and really working with the inside part of the legs. So how we're going to do this exercise right now, we're going to combine both of them. I'm going to do 8 in the place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the next 8, I'm going to make the smallest step to the side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Starting from the beginning, closing my legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Let's just try that once without music. And then we're going to do it in pretty slow music. I'm going to keep my hands on my hips. You can do it however you want. You can even leave your arms down because it is jive. You can put them on your hips like me, or you can take them out like this. Or if also you want to concentrate on your posture, really, you can close your arms like this to really concentrate on that posture and center. So, let's go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Open and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Close and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and open. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And then we close and start from the beginning. Let's do it in the music now. Already get that feeling, get that jive feeling. Sorry, I like to have fun.
Okay. So, the exercise you have just done with Diana is very useful for the chasse that we are going to talk about right now. Also, just now, before I'm getting ready for my part, in my head I'm thinking that you can get the most out of this video if you really don't forget about your postures. Really, well, that's so important, even though we have said it already many times, it's the most important thing, because everything that we explain technically, yes, it's important, and you have to practice that, understand it, and do it. But generally, when judges look at the couples on the competitions, and us, having some experience, we also are following couples on the competitions, and generally what everybody miss the most is energy and posture. So just the energy you do it with. So you see, you can do it just somehow, right? But you can really do it with some intention, you know, with some power, putting some power into movements that you are doing. And that's the key for winning in competitions. Because the majority are simply weak, I would say, yeah, weak dancers. So you have to be strong dancers, and that's why we say that, so that you're really constantly are in that, you know, pulled up condition. So please think about this all the time, very important. Now, about chassé. There are many things we can talk about in the chassé, many little details, and I've been explaining many of these details to the majority of you already, but for somebody not. But right now we are going to talk about some general, most important specific things, okay? Because details we can discuss when you come back here after the virus, but right now just something more simple to practice that and not to lose it later. So first, about chassé. Don't move much from side to side. You don't have time for that in the fast jive music. So first of all, chassé is this. Chassé, 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 chassé. Yeah? 3 steps, 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If we talk about steps. So about the movement, yeah, you can't move a lot in the chassé. Right now, I am purposefully showing a little bit exaggerated. I say ta ta da, ta ta da. I will say why in a few seconds. So, okay, first of all, I want you to understand what happens with my legs. I want you to understand on which leg am I standing. So let's go straight to that. Second thing in chassé is very important to transfer your weight clearly. So you can't do it this way. Chassé, chassé, chassé. Yes, something unclear. You really have to have your weight for a very short amount of time, but you have to have your weight. Ta, ta, da, ta, ta, da, ta, ta, da. So you see, you make that 3 steps. You're not jumping through that. So now you understand, yeah, I am moving a little bit more than I need from side to side right now, because I want you to understand what's going on. I want you to understand that I actually do step, 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 close step, step, close step, chassé, chassé, chassé. Okay? Now let me show you how I would dance it in normal tempo. So I would dance it this way. Chassé, asha, ase, asha, ase, asha, ase, ayeta ta, ayeta ta, ayeta ta, ayeta ta, ayeta ta, ayeta ta, ayeta ta. Yeah? So yeah, you can listen and also do together with me when I show that. So you see, now I haven't been moving almost at all. I was very in place because we have no time for the movement in the music. But still, even though I am not moving much, I still transfer my weight. So I didn't do something like this. Ta ta da, ta ta da, point step. This is wrong. I was still pushing my weight onto the floor. I did ya ta ta ta, ya ta ta, ya ta ta, ya ta ta. Let's go together with me. And ya ta ta, ya ta ta, ya ta ta, ya ta ta. I purposefully now move a little bit more. Ta ta da, ta da da da, ta da da da, ta da da da, ta ta da da da, asha ase, asha ase. So you know, in Jive, one of the most important movements we use is called groove. So you have to feel that groove of Jive, and it's like That is if you're pumping that floor under yourself. Okay? So, okay, two things we discussed. Small movement from side to side. Clear weight transfer. You have to do 3 weight transfers. 1, 2, 3 in one chasse. Now, thing number 3, very important. Feet on the inside part, always. So, never dance at something like that. Opening your legs, yeah? You see, Diana said in the previous exercise that girls definitely have to keep their legs knees very closed. But it's also for guys here, because it's not that we can dance, yes, something like this. So, we still try to keep our knees very close together, and that will help you to have your weight on the inside part. Like it's something like boxing, you know? Something like boxing.
Maybe we should teach boxing.
Yeah. So
I think they'll be more entertaining.
You're like this. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, the posture, but I mean that for me it reminds boxing in order to feel that inside part. Boxers probably wouldn't fight this way too, right? Because this is much more balanced. Feet on the inside part. Yeah? Okay, that's number 3. Let's try this a little bit. So, ya, ba, ba, a, ta, da, 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 all the time. Chu, ju, 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 ka, ta, da, 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 a, 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 ta, da, 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 sha, ase, asha, ase. Okay, so 3 things we discussed, and now one more, and it's connected with what you have just done with Diana in the previous exercise. So remember, you just did this ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta. Yeah, step, hip step, very like this smooth and как сказать, вязкое. Very, like as if you're in the honey, you know, dancing in the honey, this chugu, jugu, jugu, juju, feeling. I don't know how to call it. This
slimy,
gooey feeling, yeah, I would say. So, yeah. And so, that number 4, yeah, what you have just done with Diana. The last step of the chasse, you have to show basically the exercise what you did with Diana. First 2 steps, no. First 2 steps are a little bit faster, so you do them just soft. You don't do really much in the hips. You just do sha, a, se. And now I want to see a, sha, a, se, a, sha, a, se, a, sha, a, se, a, sha, a, se, a. So you see, on the last step of the chasse, the 3rd one. So 1, 2, 3, I do a. So I get in my hip, I do the swing action in my hip. We are going to talk about that today. And that helps me to change my direction of the movement. Even though we still don't move too much. See, I'm just showing you. So do you understand? Ta, ta, da, a, ta, ta, da, a, ta, ta, da, hip, ta, ta, da. It's very similar to actually Rumba, getting into the hip that we have discussed. So if you forgot, you can watch Rumba, and there is some exercises for that. Okay. Yeah, you notice I am now sometimes moving more, sometimes less. I do it on purpose, just to make you understand that we still transfer our weight. Okay? So let's now do this in the music. Yeah? Don't forget about the posture. And 4 things. Yeah? So ask yourself, do you remember that 4 things? So what was the first one I talked about? So the first one was don't move a lot to the sides. Second was transfer your weight. 3 times in one chasse. Clearly transfer your weight. Number 3, feet on the inside part. And number 4, on the last step, I want to see ta, ta, da, the action. Okay? So let's do it now in the music, 1 minute. Upper body in front. You can a little bit turn different directions. My hips, these muscles hurt from that because you really have to hold them tight, you know, all the time to support your body. So it's good if you feel now here, this hips, yeah, a little bit behind, side muscles of the butt, a little bit tensed, yeah, a little bit. Stretch them out. You can stretch them out this way, just like. Okay, so we can go to the next one.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about rock, the other part of the Jive basic step. And the trouble here is that there's the girls, so I had to do it with the right leg, and the boys do it with the left leg because obviously we stand in front of each other. Luckily for you, I'm a trained professional and I can teach you both ways. So I'm just going to start with the right leg because it's easiest for me to explain like that, and I'm going to change legs. And so for you, no matter if you're a boy or a girl, you're going to change at the same time as me. We're going to practice both legs, and if you're a boy, it's very beneficial for you to train the other leg, and for the girls, it's also very beneficial for you to train the other leg. So I'm going to face the side, and this kind of reminds me of what I was talking about in Cha-Cha on the step back. But obviously in Jive, there's one way that I'm going to teach you right now to do it. We're going to start, I'm standing on my left leg right now, and my right leg is bent, okay? I'm going to make a small step back, passing my knees and my legs together, I go, and 1. What happens on this end, 1, my legs are in one line, my shoulders are still facing the direction in which I'm standing, so not like this, but turned, right? Well, not turned, in the same place. What is turned are my hips. My hips are turned in the direction in which I made the step, okay? So if I did the step with my right leg, I'm going to rotate my hips to the right, okay? I would like this to be a very sharp action, a very dynamic and an accent on that 1 all the time. So we go and 1. What I would also like to see is, right now I'm in running shoes, but fingers on the floor, so ball of the foot, like a press line, yeah? I'm really pushing that ankle forward as much as I can to show this beautiful line. What's important here is that when you make this one, that you're not turning the foot this way. And I wouldn't even like it to be straight like that. I like it when the heel is pushing forward so that we can show that beautiful, beautiful arch. But at the same time, don't turn out the knee this way, okay? So my knee stays in the same line, and all I'm going to do is push that arch forward. And then that creates a really, really nice line with the leg. And as we talked about in this entire video, posture. If I'm going, this is very similar to what I talked about in Cha-Cha. If I'm going 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, I won't have the time to do that in the music, and it kind of looks ugly. So I want to keep my posture even more forward than I talked about in Cha-Cha. And now, and 1. Yes, this is what I want to see. My body weight is still forward. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I like over exaggerations usually. And now on the 2, I'm going to rotate back. And 2. Okay? I'm going to show you to the front. And 1. And 2. And 1. And 2. And 1. And 2. So we just did it on the right leg, going back. We're going to do it on the left leg, going back. I'm standing on my right leg this time, and I'm going to put my left leg back. Body weight forward, center really, really connected. Legs are going to pass through into that gorgeous line. And 1, and 2, rotate back. And 1. So in which direction are my hips turned right now? To the left, because I'm making the step backward on my left leg. Shoulders are to the front. And we rotate back and 2. It's a little bit awkward for me to do it on this leg, but it's very good practice. And 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2.
I just wanted to mention one thing. So now maybe you might think that I'm not gonna do the other leg, I just do with my own guys left leg, and the girls will think I'm just gonna do with my right leg. But don't do that, do both legs. I just wanted to mention that because it's very important that you are developing both sides of your body. And if you do rock with both legs, you're only gonna benefit from that because your body will be more developed and it will be easier for you to understand other actions, body actions.
Yeah, for example, in champ routines, for us there is no like right leg or left leg, or like I'm used to doing it with this leg or that leg. There's no such thing. Both of our sides have to be trained completely equally because we have all kinds of movements. We have all kinds of movements with all different legs, checks with different legs, back steps with different legs, turns into both sides, and that's why we need to have a complete development of the whole body that's equal everywhere.
Yeah, so please just basically don't cheat and do it with both legs.
Yeah, for now, right now, it's like, okay, it's not hard for me to do with my left leg. It's a little bit awkward, but that's good. I'm practicing it. I have the opportunity to practice that right now with my left leg. So let's go again. Boys side for everybody. And 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Notice my upper body is barely moving. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Also, I'm a little bit over exaggerating that step back right now to completely show you that line. Right now in the music, I'm obviously gonna make a little bit less amplitude with the back leg, but I'm gonna try my best to keep it, okay? So I'm gonna face the front right now. Let's do it in the music. 30 seconds on one leg, 30 seconds on the other leg. I'm gonna start with this leg, right leg, and then I'm gonna change to this leg 30 seconds later in the music.
So on each beat. Yeah,
Yes, and then just 30 seconds.
Not just like 1, 2.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do it on each beat. So I'm just gonna demonstrate once a minute. It's gonna be atta, 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 atta. Okay? Prepare the leg. 5, 6, 7, 8. A one, a one, a two, a one, a one, 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 a one, a two, a one, a one, a one, a one, a one, a one. We're gonna switch legs, other leg now. All the girls should be doing this leg. Okay, on to the next exercise.
Okay, great. So now we're gonna get to one simple exercise. It should not take a lot of time, and it's swing. You all know that. So just also to remind you, I think there are 3 basic hip actions, yeah, and they are swing. Yeah, that we can be swinging the hips, rotation, that we can rotate the hips, and pendulum action. But you see, pendulum action is the same as swing. It's actually, pendulum is maятник in Russian, for example, and it's the same. Pendulum basically is doing the swing action. But we also can do it, you see, forward and back. Forward and back, yeah, side to side, and we can also rotate the hips. So right now we are going to talk about side to side swing, and it's very important in Jive. More further on, the more advanced you become, the more you're going to use it, yeah. Right now in chasses, it's more, you see, for me, it's more the groove in Jive, this pumping the floor, yeah. You should have this feeling. However, swing is definitely used, pendulum action we can say, so 2 actions, yeah, rotation and swing or pendulum. So you use it now too in chassé when you do ta, ta, da, ah. So when you do that action that Diana showed you first, you did this ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka. It's exactly that swing, right? When you get into the hip. Your hip is slightly swinging. But now to develop your body more and just get that feeling more, let's just do very simple. So just prepare your legs, gonna hurt. Quads gonna hurt. We are just doing this. Ta, ta. You can place your arms here, just like that, and then ta, 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 ta. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you see, we are just, legs hurt, I know, so you can a little bit massage them, hit slightly to relax them. Yeah, so you see, it's just a simple swing from side to side. and it's just for your development. By the way, I liked what Diana said about exaggeration. Exaggerating means doing more than needed, yeah? And I would just want to mention that it's better if you exaggerate the things we show you than do less than needed. It's better to do more than needed than less. Because if you do more, we can just say, just, do a slightly less here. Just do it a little bit calmer. But if you do it not enough, then it's going to be much harder for you to get more energy into your movement and do it stronger, yeah? As much as needed. So, okay, right now we're just going to do it in the music, and let's do it this way. Follow me. We will start slowly. We'll start 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to get into tap, 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 tap. Probably, let's do it this way. Let's do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then again for 2 counts. Okay, let's go. Awesome.
Yes, my friend had fly.
Get into the feeling already.
Sit down with me now.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 2. Slower. Faster. 1, tap, tap, tap. My legs hurt already. Faster. Tap, 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 tap. 1, tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Hips hurt. Well, probably that's it, yeah? Yeah. Yeah.
Challenge completed.
I get today the exercises that makes my these butt muscles hurting. Okay, very good. Let's move on.
Okay, so next is another tricky thing because it doesn't relate to anybody, but still I believe it can be applied to those who have not learned this movement before, but you can learn it now and try your best. Those who have learned this movement before, we expect the most out of this movement. So in the times that you are being lazy on this movement in the studio, here's really the time to prove yourself to us and show that you can really do much better in this movement, okay? And that is the kicks. Kicks are quite difficult in Jive, especially because there's so many kinds of them, and to do them well is very difficult because they require a lot of effort. So I'm gonna break them down now, okay? And when you see me doing them in the music, I'm actually gonna do it not exactly the way that I'm teaching them to you because of efficiency in the music. It's actually gonna be much less over-exaggerated than what I'm teaching right now, but the principles are the same. So we're gonna start just lifting the leg and 1 strike. When I strike, I want to go a little bit crossing, making sure there's no space. Crossing and knee and step together. Knee goes up and 1 and 2. So in time ago, one teacher told me a very funny metaphor for this kicking of the knee, which is going to be a little bit inappropriate to explain now, but just pretend like you want to, like somebody's punching you in the stomach, and so your knee goes up like, huh, huh, and now, huh, obviously with a pointed foot, kick, and huh, and down, huh, straighten the leg, huh, and down. So let's put that all together. And one, and together, and one, and together, and one, and together, and one, and together. So that's kind of the first step of how to do the kicks. Now at the time, when I put my feet together, I'm going to bend my knees. So I go kick, and now when I put my feet together, I'm going to bend my knees. And knee goes up. One, and together, bend your knees. And one, and two. Straight. Kick, up, bend. Straight. Kick, up, bend. Straight. Kick, up, bend, straight. Kick, up, bend. And one, and two. And one, and two. And one, and two. And one, and two. So the kick itself is like a strike into the floor. I want to imagine it like a lightning bolt going into the floor. And just practice this. And a lightning bolt that goes. And with the other leg, let's try it. And and let's put it all together. And one, and two, 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 and one, and two. Here especially the posture is very important, because as we're kicking and jumping around all at the same time, we don't want to look like we're flailing our legs around. We don't want to make it look messy. Quite the opposite. We want to make it look like it's very easy to jump and kick at the same time with a lot of energy. So that's why this posture is very important. And as well, the compactedness of your legs and body that Carl was talking about before. Like everything in your body is very, very connected, and the only thing we're seeing is this kick and kick and kick and kick. And then the movement becomes very light and very energetic. The more you try to do something and don't think about the things that we were talking about before, the worse it's going to look. So in the music, right now, if you don't know how to do, because we have all different kinds of levels here doing kicks, if you don't know how to do kicks, literally just do kick, close, kick, close, kick, close, concentrating on kicking and closing, and kicking and closing, that's it. If you're a little bit higher level, then I want to see kick, up, close, kick, up, close, kick, up, close, okay? And if you're even a higher level, do it with the jumps, do it very compact, free knees, and free arms, however you feel like you want to do it, but sticking with the principles that we've been talking about through the entire video. Don't be lazy with your legs, don't be lazy with your feet. I want to see the finishing of the knees. If I'm doing this full out, you have to do it full out too. And let's do it in the music. Remember this? Ready? Keep your sensors. If you don't know how to do this, then just like this. You can do it like this too. Keep going. Yeah, that was hard. We already had a training today. This is the second training.
Okay, so the one last exercise before we get to the little routine that will combine everything we did today. And it's chasse with the turn. And again, we will do it both sides. And also, guys should do it as well. Even though I know that in our routines we don't turn a lot, but in champ level you're gonna turn for sure. So it's also a great practice, yeah, and again developing yourself. So how does it look? Let me show you first. So we're gonna do this. Chasse, chasse. So I did chasse, turn, chasse. Other side. Chasse, chasse. For me, not comfortable to do that. So
But
yeah,
still doing it.
I feel
Still
better
doing
that
it.
way. Yeah, but I have to do both ways. Still, it's a great practice. I think an opportunity to practice. So everything is the same as in chasse. Again, you see, if you move too much, chasse, chasse, you will never do the turn and will not be in time. Second, you transfer your weight the same way like in regular chasse, chasse, chasse. Again, you have your feet on the inside part, the same thing. And number 4, now I think it's the most important here, because you see, when you do regular chasse, on this a, you do chasse, a. You do the action to prepare yourself for another chasse. But here, while we do this action, we are also turning on that count. So we don't do chasse, chasse, but we do chasse, chasse. Yeah? Or other side. Chasse, chasse. Because what is a? What really is this a? A is lowering your body closer to the floor. It's basically pushing onto the floor. And this a, when you do this turn, helps you to also stop the turn. Because imagine I did this. Chasse, a. I am overturning because I am rising away from the floor. But we need to do chasse, a, chasse. So, yeah, I'm just scared. My glasses will fall off. So, chasse, chasse. Or chasse, chasse. So, you got that. Now, a little detail that is necessary to understand here. You start your turn in advance. So, a is a very little amount of time, and you can't do the full 360-degree turn in that time. Notice I am not doing sha, se, You see? I am not in time. I was late. So when do I start the turn? I started on the last step of my chasse already. I already start turning my body. So look, we go sha, se, sha, se. Yeah, and the same thing other side. Again, we do sha, se, sha, se. So let me think about that. I'm not sure. Of course, also, you see, if it's too hard for you to do the turn, you can just do a regular chasse. Yeah, if you feel that it's too hard for you, but use this video as an opportunity to practice that. You can pause the video and practice several times on your own. Yeah, that's a great thing, that you can pause it, practice, and then continue listening. So I start, that's what I said last, I start my turn in advance, but if you noticed, I am also placing my foot a little bit differently for the last step of the chasse. I can't place it se the same way if I was doing the next chasse after, because look, I placed my foot, yeah, and now what? I turn my body, I can't turn because my foot is blocking me. So yeah, just I'm explaining that so that it is as easy as possible for you to complete that. So I have to place my foot already also turning it in the direction of the turn. So I do sha, se. You see? My foot is already se, sha, se, because otherwise it's simply impossible. The same other side, yeah? I do sha, se, sha, se. I wouldn't be able to do sha, se, because my foot was blocking me. So remember, everything like chasse, and plus some specific things for the turns are turning your body in advance, turning your foot a little bit more for the turn, and using this using this sha to get down onto the floor, to stop your turn. Okay, let's try this in the music, and we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do both sides. At first one side only, then the other side. So simply this way right now. Not too complicated, so just watch. We do sha, se, sha, se. Wait. Sha, se, sha, se. Wait. Okay? And then we do it 4 times one side, and then when we wait after the 4th time, we do wait. And again. Sha, se, sha, se, and pause. Later, maybe, I don't know, Dana, do you think we shall try right away fast too? Sha, se, sha, se all the time?
Yeah, maybe after 30 seconds or 40.
Okay, let's do it this way. Now simply, so 4 times slowly one side, 4 times slowly other side. Then we're gonna take a break. Yeah, a little break, relax, but still follow me, and after that we're gonna do this. Sha, se, 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 sha, se. Pause. Yeah? Okay, so yeah, this way. Then I have to say that when you do it fast, with no pauses, you have to be really in place. No movement at all. So you see it's like very compact. Okay, so let's go. You see, you can start any side. You don't just I do it there now, just more comfortable for me, but you can do any side you want, so yeah, don't be blocked. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Ta-ta-ta, pause. Ta-ta-da, ta-ta-da, pause. Ta-ta-da, ta-ta-da, pause. Ta-ta-da, ta-ta-da, other side. Ta-ta-da, ta-ta-da, pause. A little bit relax. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, get ready. Now we're gonna do 4 in a row. 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. And now other side. Other side. Ready?
That was
Okay.
exactly a minute.
Me?
That was exactly a minute.
Okay, yeah. So I like that. Mathematical, like this. Okay, yeah, I forgot to tell you about the arms. Just keep them here, close to your body when you do this turn. We don't care right now about arms. We just want you to be compact and be able to complete that. Okay, let's go to the final.
So, if you've gotten this far, you are the ultimate boss, and big, big, big respects to you. So now we put together a small little routine that has all of the exercises that we did today put in together in one routine. It's for both legs. So I'm gonna teach it to you for both legs, but then in the music I'm gonna dance it with one leg, and then, one way, not with one leg. And then Carl is going to dance it the other way, so we get the opportunity to practice both. This should be one of the videos that you sent us, that you will send us, hopefully. So one of the 3 or 4 videos, we would like to see this routine. So I'm going to start, now you can see which leg I'm starting with. I'm starting with my right leg. We're going to start with the steps in place. 2/8 of the steps in place. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8. A 2, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8. Now we're going to do chasses. A sha, a step, a sha, a step, a sha, a step, a sha, a step. Again. A sha, a step, a sha, a step, a sha, a step, a sha, a step. Now rocks back on the right leg. And 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, 7, 8. 1, a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I now see my right leg is ready to do the kicks. 2/8 kicks. And up. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8. A 2, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8. And now what Carl just did, this turn, we do chassé to the right side. 1, a 2 turn, and 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8. That's it. We did it with the one leg to one side, and then Carl is going to come and do it to the other side. But let me show you one more time with the other leg so you don't get surprised when we do it in the music right away. So this time I'm going to start with my left leg. We go and 2, 8, so steps in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, chassé. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, a 2, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8. Rock, rock back with the left leg. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, 6, 7. Keep starting with the left leg. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, a 2, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chassé with the turn. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, a 1, a 2, 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8. So if you didn't get it, pause the video, go back, do it until you get it. Do it until you think you can do it in the music. Then try it in the music. If it doesn't happen, try it again and again and again until you get it. So,
Yeah, and just to make sure, just from my past experience, you should really finish on the correct leg, the routine. So that's what I will be also looking for when you send us the videos. So what now Diana was doing, now the turn was to which side?
the last time,
Yeah, the last time it was turn.
when my leg or
No,
your-
my second time you were showing. So you did that other side.
Yeah.
Okay, no, regardless, doesn't matter. So it was sha, ase, sha, ase. So you have to finish on this leg. Stop. And after you stop, then you relax. Because very often what happens is this. Very often I say sha, ase, sha, ase. You know, and some kind of drop, and just it is not finished for me. I can't say that it is finished. So I need to see that you do sha, se, because you have to step on that leg in the end. Yeah.
So, let's do it in the music. We're only gonna do it once to each side. Tell me if I'm standing close or far. All of the technical aspects that we talked about.
Sorry, one more time. I think I messed up.
Free
Okay, so great job if you finish this entire video with full force, with full strength, with your maximum attention and trying your best in every single moment to understand what's happening, what we're doing and what you're doing, and you followed along, and maybe you also had some fun along the way.
Yeah, we know we are serious. We want you to dance really good. Yeah, but yeah, you have to enjoy this.
So see, we're trying to put on a smile.
Yeah, anyway, so probably, see, we said 3 to 4 exercises you have to send us. Probably the best way to say is that 1 last routine for sure, yeah, everything together. And 3 exercises, any that you choose from the video.
That would be the best.
Yeah.
Also another thing, some people were asking us, no, you don't need to send us a video of you listening to us, like the explanation that we do and like trying when we're explaining something, okay? So the best would be to just add those, so you saw that in every single exercise we did it in the music. It would be nice if you could send us the exercises that you send us when you're doing it in the music. So like full out in the music and then the last routine. So then we can give you the best commentary that we can.
Okay, so yeah, that's our first week's VIP groups.
Yeah, really VIP.
Online video recording, and we are really great that so many of you showed interest in that, and that really shows us who cares and who really loves dancing and wants to keep in shape and come back in a good physical condition to continue developing, not to start everything from the beginning. So we are very glad that we can help each other to stay in a good shape.
So you guys are the real bosses right now. You can, when we all come back, you can tell your friends that like, oh, you were sitting at home doing nothing. I was doing the VIP group classes. We're really gonna have very big respect for the people who are sending these videos. And that's it for today.
Okay.
We hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.